Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, July 17th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 651 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Hollywood Ripper Michael Gargiulo sentenced to death for murders. Poll: Americans oppose new Texas-style GOP voting restrictions, prefer Democratic reforms. Canadian churches torched and vandalized amid fury as more graves of Indigenous children are discovered at Catholic-run boarding schools. Utah's Republican governor said anti-vaccine rhetoric from some on the right is literally killing their supporters. Korea removes banners at Olympic Village after IOC ruling. Experts: Europe floods shows need to curb emissions, adapt. Thailand tightens measures as daily cases cross 10,000. GOP eyes Latinos in South Texas in effort to regain Congress. Unstable weather will continue to fuel huge Oregon blaze. CDC exempts unaccompanied migrant children from deportation. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Bootleg fire: largest wildfire in the U.S., is growing at 1,000 acres every hour with giant fire clouds, Daily Mail. Poll: Americans oppose new Texas-style GOP voting restrictions, prefer Democratic reforms, Yahoo News. Anthony Bourdain's voice cloning for new dot called into question, it's a slippery slope, Fox News. Hollywood Ripper Michael Gargiulo sentenced to death for murders, BBC News. Top 10 Giannis Antetokounmpo big-time rejections at the rim, NBA. Maps showing the extent of the flooding in Europe, The New York Times. Pandemic of the unvaccinated, Florida tallies 20% of soaring new COVID-19 cases in U.S., HuffPost. Reports: Shohei Ohtani donated home run derby earnings to Los Angeles Angels staff members, ESPN. AP: few AZ voter fraud cases, discrediting Trump's claims, Associated Press. Scott Disick keeping away from Kourtney Kardashian-Travis Barker romance during Hamptons getaway, source, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Biden to reverse rule on a big Trump pet peeve and a shower headshot in Florida is real. Nick Kroll hilariously nails right-wing freakout over snowflake shark talk. First resident of Olympic Village tests positive for COVID-19. GOP group rips Republican spewing anti-vaccine propaganda in superhero spoof. Shameless Republicans still lining up to kiss Trump's ring ripped in CNN bit. Pandemic of the unvaccinated, Florida tallies 20% of soaring new COVID-19 cases in U.S. Pence rebuffed Secret Service plan to leave Capitol, fearing a halt to electoral vote duty. Rep Ted Lieu, Megyn Kelly escalate Twitter feud over January 6th riot. Rapper Bees Markie, known for Just a Friend, dies. Tennis great John McEnroe expresses support for Naomi Osaka, I can relate. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Nonprofit brings together wounded vets, kids. Police officer to face suspension. Jiffy Lube worker killed when driver runs him over. Fire: the beginning of turmoil in neighborhood. Man granted probation after shooting at school. Man accused of stealing $20K from fire department. Woman's secret to longevity is kindness. School district puts up internet towers to help kids. Program lets kids get up close to learn about livestock. Tennessee serves to give out 5,000 backpacks. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. DACA ruled unlawful by federal judge, who suspends applications. William H. Pauley III, judge in Trump hush money case, dies at 68. Maya Wasowicz' Olympic dream was dashed. Stiller and Mira's Upper West Side home on the market. A momentous crush goes the distance. No in-law jokes for these two. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Renowned Vermont hot air balloon pilot falls to death after getting caught under basket, creative genius. Coast Guard rescues 3 off New Hampshire found clinging to vessel, reports. Life, Liberty and Levin host Mark Levin's latest book aims to combat American Marxism. Victor Davis Hanson, the secret that Biden, Obama, Hillary won't say aloud about today's Democratic Party. Jungle Cruise stars Emily Blunt, The Rock reveals secrets to their successful marriages. Sadie Robertson says she's constantly fighting fear amid postpartum struggles. Anthony Bourdain's voice cloning for new doc called into question, it's a slippery slope. Sacramento shooting in historic district leaves at least 4 wounded, report. Washington, D.C., gunfire leaves girl, 6, dead, 5 adults also shot, reports. Colorado father convicted of murder, child abuse and death of son, 13. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, July 17th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Man caught on camera digging up Olive Lakeview woman's rose bushes, and not for first time. Tax refunds, IRS delays leave millions waiting for their money. Miami-based Regent's 2024 World Cruise sells out under 3 hours. Through the stroke of a pen, lives will be changed, Reform Alliance CEO Robert Rooks on mission to improve criminal justice system. Child tax credit, monthly payments already arriving in parents' bank accounts. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Death toll after Europe flash floods hits 153, rescuers continue hunt for survivors. Necker Island, while Richard Branson headed off to space, we were invited into his Caribbean lair. Sharon Stone, Stella Maxwell and Hoffet Golan arrive at the 27th AMFAR Gala at Cannes Film Festival. UK coronavirus cases will stay high for months until autumn, say Sage. Andrew Marr was fully vaccinated but still caught COVID at G7 summit, tells it could have been worse. Coronavirus UK, holidaymakers furious families are forced to cancel trips to France. Get ready for the hottest day of the year, Britain is set to be warm as Barbados this weekend. COVID-19 UK, how the pandemic will cripple Britain without action. How a British Bobby bagged Bridget Jones. Prince William and Kate Middleton lead royal tributes to Camilla on her 74th birthday. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Cubans wonder what's next after anti-government protests. Death toll from Europe floods tops 150 as water recedes. Syrian president sworn in for 4th term in war-torn country. A troubled sequel, Tokyo's bid to remake classic 1964 Olympics set to disappoint. First case of coronavirus infection inside Olympic Village confirmed 6 days before opening ceremony. Europe's climate plans could provoke friction with US. At Cannes, AMFAR Gala returns in movie star style. COVID-19 global updates. Canada could open to vaccinated US tourists as soon as August, Trudeau says. Rare monkeypox virus reported in Dallas resident. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Tour de France 2021, Stage 20 individual time trial, Liburn to St. Million live. Disney's Turner and Hooch reboot, shouldn't we let sleeping dogs lie? Do I look chuggy in this? What can a Gen Z makeover teach me about life? Florida swamped by red tide, but did fertilizer plant spill making it worse? COVID hive news, beta variant may evade vaccines, say experts as UK faces protracted period of high infections rates. Jake Shears, I'd like to say sorry to the Scissor Sisters, I could be an absolute monster. It was devastating. What happens when therapy makes things worse? Social Warming by Charles Arthur Review, a coolly prosecutorial look at social media. I tried an app to reduce my family's meat consumption and it worked. Death toll exceeds 150 as Germany and Belgium hit by devastating floods. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. White House advisor Susan Rice divests from company building Midwest pipeline. Recovery effort at Surfside building collapse could end soon. Georgia interstate fully reopens, damaged overpass removed. Rapper Bees Markie, known for Just a Friend, dies at 57. Judge rules DACA immigration program illegal. FAA mandates inspections of Boeing 737 switches that could pose safety risk. Indictment unsealed in alleged plot to blow up Democratic headquarters. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID, fully jabbed arrivals from France must still quarantine. Europe floods, rescuers race to find survivors as hundreds remain missing. COVID misinformation on Facebook is killing people, Biden. DACA, Obama program for child migrants ruled illegal. COVID-19, second doses run dry in Brazil scramble to vaccinate. Under the skin of OnlyFans. South Africa Zuma riots, what's behind the violence and looting? Week in Pictures, July 10 to 16, 2021. Rose Atkins on the North America heat waves. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. We didn't take a break, Border Patrol agents face COVID-19 crisis as Biden considers relaxing border rules. In a choice between death or penitentiary, an addict discovers recovery and parenthood. For Native American activists crossing the nation with the totem pole, sacred lands are their Notre Dame. Massive Oregon blaze testing firefighting crews. Los Angeles County brings back mask requirements. Today in history for July 17th. Wilbert Thomas Sr., convicted in the 1980s of leading a religious cult in 3 states, dies at 91. Washington State gives $1 vaccine lottery prize. COVID has become pandemic of the unvaccinated. Pfizer vaccine full approval may take months. Today's updates. NFL's Sherman remorseful, pleads not guilty. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Photos, new mask mandate, LA County now leading national battle against Delta variant. Rite Aid worker killed after confronting shoplifters at Glassell Park store, police say. As list of recall candidates takes shape, Jenner's in Australia for a TV show. Under fire, Fewer defends his office's handling of DWP billing litigation. U-Haul with 600 pounds of chlorine powder catches fire in Signal Hill. A Yuba County man said he killed 4 deer, DNA revealed egregious poaching case. Column, mad about the new mask mandate, blame Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson. Bird rescue operation in Long Beach seeks to save elegant terns. Inglewood announces new parking permit restrictions tied to Sophie Stadium. Flexing new authority, California Attorney General to review Los Angeles Police Department shooting in Hollywood. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, July 17th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Missing Ugandan athlete left note saying he wants to work in Japan. Entire whiskey distillery shipped out from Scotland to China. Settler, masked person filmed shooting at Palestinians as Israeli soldiers watch. Tokyo Olympics, COVID-19 case found at athletes' village, raising infection fears. EU adopts forest strategy to protect old forests, plant 3 billion new trees. We cannot breathe, and the whole world is silent. Myanmar begs for oxygen as COVID crisis worsens. First Nations invite public to witness weekend search for unmarked graves at Sask residential school site. Number of deaths recorded during Western Canada's heatwave up to 808, coroners say. Sydney tightens lockdown as Australia's COVID-19 cases rise. Canada releases $2 coin celebrating discovery of insulin. US warns companies about the risks of doing business in Hong Kong as China clamps down on rights. Record rainfall leaves over 120 dead in Western Europe, devastating parts of Germany. Hubble is back. Famed space telescope has new lease on life after computer swap appears to fix glitch. Israel offers third shot of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to adults at risk. Thousands of children from Canadian schools for Indigenous communities may be buried in unmarked graves, officials say. The next headlines are from Forbes. Is inflation a boon for populists? Judge Hannon's opinion against DECA is legally wrong. NCAA President Mark Emmert finally gets it right, sort of. WWE SmackDown results, winners, news and notes as Finn Balor, live crowd returns. Tony Hawk competes in first X Games skateboard vert best trick contest since 2003, GUI Curie lands first 1080. AMC Networks pays $200 million, settling dispute with Frank Darabont Creative Artists Agency over The Walking Dead. Rapper Biz Markie dies at 57. UK imposes quarantine mandate on travelers from France amid concerns over beta COVID variant. First US monkeypox case since 2003 confirmed in Dallas. Senate Democrats introduce House passed bill removing Confederate statues from Capitol. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Influential U.S. climate report moves ahead, under new leadership. The vanishing neutrinos that could upend fundamental physics. Astronomers push for global debate on giant satellite swarms. Massive DNA Borg structures perplex scientists. Cooperation's pros and cons, construction decarbonized, and into the wild, books in brief. Tied in knots, Zika virus tangles are the most stable RNA known. Coronapod, does England's COVID strategy risk breeding deadly variants? The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,718,846,160 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Deauville American Film Festival team with Cannes and launch French film Strands exclusive. COVID surge, reinstated LA County mask mandate complicate Hollywood's return to work talks. Secretary of Education Miguel A. Cardona helps CAA launch mentoring program. Marvel's Victoria Alonso to speak at NALIP Media Summit. Biz Markie, rapper known for Just a Friend, dies at 57. New movies to watch this week: Space Jam, A New Legacy, Pig, Fear Street Part 3, 1666. Central Park songwriters talk crafting Broadway-style showstoppers via Zoom for animated hit series. Money Boy's Taiwanese star Keiko dismisses comeback talk, I never left. New York Asian Film Festival returns with hybrid event. Grease prequel Rise of the Pink Ladies gets series order at Paramount+. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. India single-screen cinemas were struggling before COVID-19, now they're dying out. Biz Markie, pioneering beatboxer and Just a Friend rapper, dies at 57. A federal judge ruled DACA unlawful, but current recipients are safe for now. Pro-democracy protests continue in Eswatini, Africa's last absolute monarchy. Mystery surrounds Florida company suspected in assassination of Haiti's president. U.S. COVID deaths are rising again. Experts call it a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Los Angeles County moves to get more money into the hands of foster youth. Virginia shifts $700 million in relief funds to boost rural broadband access. Hubble telescope springs back to life on its backup system. Proof, YOL, Dictionary.com just added over 300 new words and definitions. The following headlines are from The Week. A master's degree in debt. What we know about January 6th. 6 book recommendations from Bernd Heinrich. Biden calls out Facebook for vaccine misinformation, they're killing people. Mark Wahlberg ate 11,000 calories a day to prepare for his new movie. Puzzles, Printable Crossword and Sudoku, issue, July 23, 2021. Solutions, Crossword and Sudoku, issue, July 23, 2021. Puzzles, Interactive Crossword, issue, July 23, 2021. The week's best photojournalism. 10 striking photos that show the magnitude of the floods in Europe. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Strangest state, a love-struck alligator and headless goats. In Al Norte, a through line of transience that is still true today. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Is the universe a fractal? Ingenuity is now mapping the terrain around Perseverance. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, July 17th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Coat Hanger Cluster, looks like its name. How to spot International Space Station in your sky. Dinosaurs already in decline before asteroid? The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. House Republicans close money gap with majority at stake. Federal judge finds DACA unlawful, blocks new applicants. Caitlyn Jenner heads to Australia as recall campaign intensifies in California. The one vaccine strategy the Biden administration isn't considering. The battle for the 50-50 Senate takes shape. Former Senator Tom Udall is Biden's pick as ambassador to New Zealand and Samoa. Psaki excoriates criticism of Biden administration work on vaccine misinformation. Top Pentagon weapons office faces vacancies as the military rushes to focus on China. Judge won't let contractor see Capitol riot grand jury evidence. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. AFL 2021 live updates. Demons maintain firm grip on contest with Wogs at MDMCG. Top pick signals his arrival in Bulldogs' hard-fought win over Suns. Wallabies vs France third test live updates. Corroy beat shown red card. Australia COVID news live. NSW toughens lockdown restrictions after 111 new cases. Victoria records 19 new cases. Raiders back in the finals mix after late burst against Sharks. Time now for all states to pull together. We may as well have leprosy. Fairfield residents dismayed by tougher lockdown. Players won't pay price for NRL's multi-million-dollar relocation bill. Sydney in lockdown. I treated online dating like a startup and found a husband. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Cannabis Watch. Want to invest in U.S. pot stocks? Here's what you need to know. Newswatch. U.S. stocks close lower, ending 3-week win streak, amid flagging consumer sentiment. Market Snapshot. U.S. stocks close lower, ending 3-week win streak, amid flagging consumer sentiment. The Margin. Oliver Demon, 18, is super excited to join Bezos' flight and become the youngest person in space. Bond Report. Treasury yields rise Friday but 10 and 30-year debt mark third straight weekly slide. NFL star Saquon Barkley will accept all future endorsement money in Bitcoin. The Margin. Why many people who make over $100,000 will likely continue to work from home. In one chart, ESG bond funds now manage 600% more in assets than 3 years ago. The pandemic has created a mountain of medical debt. Here's who is facing those bills. Futures movers, oil ends higher, but U.S. prices log biggest weekly drop since March. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. What does President Biden's July 9, 2021 executive order on competition mean for the pharma industry? J.D. Supra. Tucson Tech, local startup wins OK to market eye diagnostic device, Arizona Daily Star. Is France's bike industry on the road to a made-in-Europe comeback? Euronews. Biden's margin rights reversal is further evidence of U.S. policy shift on pharma IP rights. IAM. The role of IP management and technology transfer in innovation-driven growth in the GCC region, Lexology. A complete understanding of what an IP is and how you can protect it, Assumedech. USPTO requests input on patent eligibility from critical sectors impacted by current law, J.D. Supra. IP Law 2021 Mid-Year Trends, Looking Ahead, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News Alerts. Purdue nabbed 175 U.S. patents for invention in 2020, among the most by a university worldwide, Indianapolis Business Journal. The company space race is a great story, but will it end happily? Financial Times. The next headlines are from Quartz. Can Farfetch own online luxury? Once a go-to for gamers, Discord is vying to be a chat app for all. Sex testing at the Olympics has always been wrong. Weekend edition, Breaking the Internet, Space Redemption, Olympic Politics. Watch, PwC's U.S. Chairman Tim Ryan on better investments in employee L&D. U.S. clothing sales are setting new records, but can it last? Woke washing. Is complaining about your colleagues a fireable offense? Netflix says yes. Ghost kitchens are becoming a very real business. Private jets will be taxed for the first time under the EU's new climate plan. The following headlines are from TechDirt. No, the White House isn't colluding with Facebook to silence dissent, but it sure could have handled things better. 5 Palo Alto cops sue the city and their PD, claiming a Black Lives Matter mural harassed them. Senator Steve Daines decides to spit on the First Amendment again, wants to ban moderation of politicians. Top EU courts advisor regrettably fails to recommend throwing out upload filters, but does say they should block only identical or equivalent copies. Daily Deal, Zulu X Zero Bone Conduction Headphones. Florida tells court, actually, it's Section 230 that's unconstitutional, not our social media law. Gao tells U.S. government its speed definition for broadband sucks. 10th Circuit, no immunity for cops who protected an abusive fellow officer right up until he murdered his ex-wife. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Naomi Osaka, Bobby Roundtree, Shailene Woodley, Schmigadoon, Bismarcky, Decca, F1, Monkeypox, Fear Street Part 3, Danny Lee. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Conservatives blast Cori Bush for hiring private security while advocating defunding police. Her supporters don't see a problem. EU court says Russia should limit gas supply to Europe. Belgium sets day of mourning as death toll from catastrophic floods in Europe rises to 153. Football bosses in Ukraine pass law making it mandatory for clubs to wear a badge containing hugely controversial national slogans. Act now, tweet later. To be seen as more than virtue signalers, social media chiefs need to start doing the basics against racism. Eternal revolution, Ukraine's strawman interior minister is gone, but chaos and scandal in the troubled nation is here to stay. Investment or imperialism, one of the world's largest gold mines could have transformed Kyrgyzstan. Instead, it enriched Canadians. Chinese officials blast U.S. fear-mongering advisory to business operating in Hong Kong. First case of COVID-19 registered in Tokyo's Olympic Village week before games begin. Deepfake tech puts words into late chef Anthony Bourdain's mouth in new film, sparking debate, as widow denies she okayed it. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Chinese Communist Party is cornered as world awakens to its abuses. Lego demands U.S. gunmaker to halt sales of Block 19 pistol. White House admits to flagging posts to be censored by Facebook. Amazon wins FCC approval for radar device to monitor sleep. Democrats and Republicans unite to demand U.S. invasion of Cuba. Mountain West attracts new residents. The news killed satire. Woke pregnant man emeritus could be introduced this year. Taby, the myth of the winnable culture war. Betting on the everything bubble, governments worldwide are testing the new limits of debt. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Zalmi Khalilzad, how will U.S. monitor Afghanistan after pullout? IOC makes South Korea remove banners from Olympic Village. High-stakes talks between Afghan Gov, Taliban as fighting rages. Tunisia reports highest COVID death tolls in start of pandemic. How the conflict in Tigray is fraying Ethiopia's finances. Biden to host Iraqi PM al-Kadhimi at White House. Thailand bans gatherings as COVID cases, deaths hit new record. Olympic Village tests first COVID case days before Tokyo Games. U.S. sanctions Chinese officials over Hong Kong democracy crackdown. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Charles Hurt, Democrats jihad on privacy and choice. U.S. voters who help Cubans face prison, while border crossers face few penalties. Tom Cotton to introduce legislation to stop military officers from teaching critical race theory. Marine Corps silent drill platoon in D.C. still required to wear masks outdoors in summer heat. Fauci, stunning people do not want to get vaccinated, it's a folly of thinking. CNN, senior Biden officials believe COVID lab leak theory deeply credible and at least as credible as natural origin theory. Open borders lobby begs for amnesty after DACA ruled unconstitutional. Exclusive Chris W. Kobach, DACA is finally dead at last. Former CBP chief, GOP must thwart Biden's open borders at every turn. Texas federal judge rules Obama's DACA program illegal, blocks new illegal alien applicants. The next headlines are from UPI News. Uber Eats driver wins $250,000 in lottery. Possible Michelangelo fingerprint found on statue. Watch, concerned Canadian goose checks on mate undergoing surgery. Watch, Roseville woman searches for identical twin sister. Watch, Carnegie Mellon professor develops real-time learning four-legged robot. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Stranger takes home two dogs after helping car accident victims get airlifted to hospital, unable to tend the pups. Man gives his terminally ill dog one last walk up their beloved mountain in a wheelbarrow. Photos. Innate talent seems to be just as much a gift found in some dogs as it is in people, study says. Seoul is using AI to prevent suicide attempts on bridges. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, July 17th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. British woman banned from defecating, urinating in public. Rocky Mount restaurant manager records sexually explicit videos using Produce, post them online. Delray Beach's newest police car is an ice cream truck. Truck carrying 20,000 pounds of ramen noodles crashes. Garda investigating after hearse carrying coffin involved in dangerous high-speed driving in Dublin. Accessory to murder suspect caught after commenting on Tulsa police Facebook post. Nevada woman broke into dentist's office and yanked 13 teeth from a patient, cops. Delhi police uses water cannons against BJP workers protesting over water crisis. Lindsey Graham says he will go to war for Chick-fil-A after Notre Dame students disapprove of restaurant. Get paid $100K to eat tacos. McCormick is hiring a director of taco relations. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Don't mistake OpenAI Codex for a programmer. Good news, Windows 11 is moving to a yearly update model. Freedom Phone, anatomy of a MAGA scam. Alexa, 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 what happens when your virtual assistant dies? Ford finds the most what the F word strategy to market its F's, a perfume. iScanner lets iPhone and iPad users handle documents and scanning like a boss. Boost your productivity with this portable dual screen for your laptop. Black teen misidentified by facial recognition sparks fears of machine-driven segregation. Building a virtual Earth could be the key for clean energy. The real environmental impact of F's and ICEs explained. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Enabling the imagination of artificial intelligence. Single cancer cells have different appetites for fatty acids. Climate change to bring more intense storms across Europe. Air-powered computer memory helps soft robot control movements. Role of deep-sea microbial predators at hydrothermal vents examined. Engineers 3D printed a soft robotic hand that can play Nintendo. Common antibiotic no more effective than placebo in preventing COVID-19 symptoms among non-hospitalized. U.S. corn and soybean maladapted to climate variations. First 3D simulation of rat's complete whisker system acts as a tactile camera. No sign of COVID-19 vaccine in breast milk. The next headlines are from Information Week. SAS founders call off sales talks with Broadcom. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, July 17th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA sets coverage, invites public to virtually join Starliner launch. NASA to brief early science from Perseverance Mars rover. Trailblazing astronaut Doug Hurley retires from NASA. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. FBI arrests Arizona man who was dressed as Book of Mormon figure during insurrection at U.S. Capitol. Cox says it's ignorant to believe cutting water to farms is the answer to the drought. BLM to remove excess wild horses from Utah's beloved Oniki herd. Utah's Tony Finau makes a big move, and the cut, at the British Open. Fire that threatened homes in Harriman is put out. Utah pediatricians, younger kids, unvaccinated teens still need masks when school begins this fall. Bagley cartoon, hate crime primer. Utah Governor Spencer Cox is holding up COVID records release, lawsuit alleges. 2 Utah officers justified in shooting a man who reached for a handgun. Utah exceeds 600 new COVID-19 cases for the 4th day in a row. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Virginia will use a $700 million grant to roll out statewide broadband. Exploding stars may have assaulted ancient Earth. Sea walls might just make floods someone else's problem, study suggests. Physicists move closer to defeating errors in quantum computation. Google Maps accused of offering potentially fatal hiking routes. Netflix datamine could suggest a partnership with PlayStation. LG's rollable All TV on sale in US for a whopping $100,000. US seeing pandemic of the unvaccinated as cases rise in every state. China's Xiaomi overtakes Apple in the global smartphone market. Say hi to Microsoft's own Linux, CBL Mariner. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Westbound I-64 at Jefferson Avenue shuts down due to overturned vehicle. School districts seek bus drivers, custodial staff, food service workers. Herculaneum neighbor credited for saving grandmother from house fire. St. Charles woman dies after crash on northbound I-270. Man charged after shooting at Lake St. Louis police. St. Louis Music Park books 24 shows for summer, official kickoff is August 3rd. Medical official says COVID vaccines are the safest and most effective. Missing St. Louis prisoner found in fluorescent. Eckert's Belleville farm to host sunflowers event this weekend. Missouri COVID spike, check the charts and maps. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Pride weekend kicks off with Spirit of Stonewall rally in Hillcrest. He once starred in the SDSU backfield, now he's working to keep his NFL dream alive. 32 people charged in alleged local auto insurance fraud ring. Emotions mixed as La Mesa certified farmers market returns downtown. Cronenworth hits for cycle, Padres rout Nationals 24-8. Suspect jailed in fatal Spring Valley shooting. Body found buried on rural North County property, officials look to determine identity. Navy to christen San Diego built USNS John Lewis Saturday. 3 North County districts ask state to allow vaccinated staff, students to have mask choice. Bees Markey, known for hit rap song Just a Friend, dies at 57. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Marine Corps showcase combat power during impressive elephant walk. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Beijing demands Hong Kong build iron wall of national security as Washington warns businesses of political risk. What the Diddy fiasco reveals about China's fealty to markets. Chinese father faces murder charges in the deaths of his 2 young children. China's left behind villages and the people in them. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, July 17th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Dental office worker accused of stealing $22K, pulling 13 teeth from patient. Ball bounces in favor of WNBA franchise in Oakland. Here are the vaccination policies for Bay Area colleges. Illegal casino bust, Oakland police recover large quantities of narcotics, firearms. Drew Robinson, player who survived suicide attempt, retires to join Giants front office. Alameda County Superior Court reinstating mandatory mask requirement. 4 fun things, here's what's happening in the Bay Area. Fire weather watch issued this weekend across Bay Area. California seeing spike in COVID-19 cases again. Santa Clara man shoots suspect who broke into his home. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Giolito expected to start as White Sox host the Astros. Golan scheduled to start as Arizona hosts Chicago. Kikuchi scheduled to start for Mariners at Angels. Minnesota to visit Detroit Saturday. Bismarcky, known for classic rap song Just a Friend, dies. Al East leading Red Sox beat shorthanded Yankees 4-0. McCullers, Brantley help Astros beat White Sox 7-1. Boy next door Culler gets death for 2 murders, next will stand trial over 1993 Glenview slaying. No more snow days, Naperville District 203 proposing e-learning to replace emergency days. Car crashes into Elk Grove home. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Former Seattle Seahawk Richard Sherman pleads not guilty to 5 misdemeanors, vows to get help. King County motorcycle mechanic wins $1 million in Washington's vaccine lottery. Welcome back week, summer festivals, more happening in Seattle this weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Felicia 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 921. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth, 559.13 km, in Tonga July 17, 2021, 3:23 UTC, about 900 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 96 km, in South Sandwich Islands region July 17, 2021, 0:53 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria, Togo. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, July 17th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Scattered downpours for Houston this weekend, but it's not a washout. Rapper Bismarcky, best known for Just a Friend, dies at 57. Gunman in Galleria Mall shooting remains on the run, HPD says. Heartbreak Hotel, TWA Flight 800, 25 years later, watch now. Homemade, Bay Area man opens Alameda County's first home restaurant. Robin Roberts to guest host Jeopardy, beginning Monday. Police says no evidence of shooting found at Galleria Mall after panic erupts among shoppers. HPD keeps promise and continues to release body cam videos to public. Unpleasant odor in Galena Park blamed on LyondellBasell Houston refinery. Texas ECWU search continues looking for ex-NFL player's girlfriend who went missing in April. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Leading off, Lindor hurt, Red Sox dominating depleted Yanks. France allows visitors with Indian-made AstraZeneca vaccine. Travelers fume at UK move to keep restrictions on France. Russia to unveil new fighter jet at Moscow's air show. The latest, France to let in travelers with India-made shot. He walked beach with an AR-15, is he a menace or a martyr? Jihadists expand control to new Burkina Faso fronts. Swollen river smashed through parts of Europe. Braves swing another deal, get catcher revoked from Arizona. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Summer school just started, and scores of city classrooms are already closed due to COVID. Extra, why are people pushing for office pods? Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Embattled Governor Cuomo rakes in $2.2 million in donations as probes loom. Super PACs pour millions into the NYC primary, whose PAC got the best results. Iconic, decadent dessert spot Serendipity 3 finally reopens. Who's a true progressive? Lately, the answer is almost everybody. YNJ's vaccine holdouts embrace COVID precautions but still distrust the shots. Recent rain and heat are creating ideal conditions for West Nile virus. Early edition, another Helmuth sinkhole has emerged. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Act now to provide COVID-19 vaccines for all, ECOSOC president. Sully deals, Muslim women in India being put up for sale. Prison population surge triggers overcrowding, COVID casualties. UN Deputy Chief warns of hurricane of humanitarian crises. Deadly flooding, heat waves in Europe, highlight urgency of climate action. UN rights chief calls for prompt release of protesters held in Cuba. Clean tech entrepreneurs driving a green recovery in Barbados. The future of food is in our hands. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Parents sue City of Washington, D.C. for vaccinating minors without parental consent. Bill Clinton took 2 previously undisclosed trips abroad with Ghislaine Maxwell. L.A. County to require masks indoors starting Saturday regardless of vaccination status. Sadiq Khan says new statue of activist who beheaded white colonizers in front of their children reflects London's achievements and diversity. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Trump opines on coup while rejecting fears about his actions. Few Arizona voter fraud cases, discrediting Trump's claims. Bees Markie, known for classic rap song Just a Friend, dies. Here's how to get free and discounted treats this National Ice Cream Day. Is it dangerous to drink ice-cold water when overheated? Gloria Richardson, civil rights pioneer, dies at 99. Oregon wildfire forms fire clouds that pose danger below. Texas judge orders end to DACA, current enrollees safe for now. Does Curious George get high on ether in an old children's book? Is this the final photograph of the Titanic? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. More Trump election distortions. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Flowy, flirty, and figure-accentuating, this $35 swing dress won't go out of style. The woman who shaped Marvel's thrilling, bisexual Loki. Kimmel stand-in Nick Kroll rips into piece of human shit Matt Gaetz for using Britney Spears. Is spelling champ Zayla Avant-Garde the coolest teen alive? Yes, she is. The Navy veteran who runs a wildly popular sex shop in Mississippi. A lost camera case opens memories of a photojournalist's life. How Spike Lee, Bella Hadid, and Tilda Swinton rocked the Cannes red carpet. Full COVID vaccine approval is coming, but is it too late? The GOP's hurting the kid to own the libs in Tennessee. Government blacklisted her for smoking legal medical marijuana while pregnant. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Former Maine cops get jail time for killing porcupines. Death toll in Europe floods rises to at least 150 as water begins to recede. 5 people wounded in 3 shootings across NYC, cops. First COVID-19 case found at Tokyo Olympics Village, officials. Giancarlo Stanton already hearing boos after rough start to second half. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Pluto reaches opposition. A brief history of Blue Origin before Bezos takes flight. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Anthony Bourdain documentary recreates chef's voice with artificial intelligence. NASA images show devastating effects of California's drought. Biden restores protections for U.S. largest national forest. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. 2 Maine cops who beat porcupines to death sentenced to jail time. 3 men charged with 63 crimes in 2018 Missouri duck boat disaster that killed 17. Rapper Bees Markie, a Harlem native, dies at 57, recorded huge hit Just a Friend. Colorado dad Mark Redwine convicted of killing his son Dylan over feces fetish pics. New York expands access to absentee ballots, enacts other election reforms. Judge orders end to DACA, current enrollees safe for now. Michael Gargiulo, the Hollywood Ripper serial killer who murdered Ashton Kutcher's friend, sentenced to die. Cuomo campaign paid sex harass lawyer as accuser's attorney slams governor ahead of interview. Few Arizona voter fraud cases undercut Trump's claims. Ohio Catholic schoolteacher who had sex with 15-year-old boy gets probation. The following headlines are from military.com. Military's COVID vaccination rate lags behind Pentagon's hopes. Man sentenced in scheme to ship military boats to China. Marine Corps general won't suspend Theohu's discharge after plea. Looking to be prepared for a war in the Atlantic, NATO launches new command. The Marine Corps just beat the Air Force and Navy in the latest jet capability race. Afghan forces battle Taliban at border post with Pakistan. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Vehicle for carjacking victim. Pete Buttigieg spotlights Red Line South extension while in Chicago to push for Biden infrastructure deal. Commentary, Roadrunner uses AI to create an Anthony Bourdain sound-alike. Here's why that's ethically squishy. Secretary Pete Buttigieg talks CTA Red Line extension. The Spin, in Chicago, Buttigieg rallies support for Biden's roads, bridges plan and alias rakes in the cash for SOS run state lawmakers get earful about cybersecurity. His political star faded, former Chicago Alt, Proco Joe Moreno pleads guilty to obstructing justice. Cook County's chief judge announces expanded capacity for jury trials as COVID-19 guidelines loosen. Corrections and clarifications. Pleas for optional masks in school. Daily coronavirus cases have doubled in Illinois this month while vaccinations are down by half. The following headlines are from phys.org. Erratic Oregon wildfire destroys dozens of homes, expands. Ruined Belgian valleys mop up after devastating floods. Just 7% of our DNA is unique to modern humans, study shows. Oregon wildfire forms fire clouds that pose danger below. Events expanding to mark 100 years since John Glenn's birth. Researchers surprised to find bacterial parasites behind rise of superbugs. Hubble Space Telescope fixed after month of no science. Rare stone discovered outlining ancient Rome city limits. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, July 17th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Were humans born to walk barefoot? Giant ripples under Louisiana are evidence of the dinosaur-killing asteroid impact. 11 best CBD gummies for sleep. Best CBD oil for sleep. Best CBD gummies for pain and anxiety. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. AP photos, swollen river smashed through parts of Europe. European nations impose incentives, penalties to boost shots. Forced resident of Olympic Village tests positive for COVID. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, July 17, 2021. Horoscopes July 17, 2021, Luke Bryan, embrace life wholeheartedly this year. Word Game, July 17, 2021. Ask Amy, when should kids' sports take precedence over family events? Harriet Cole, my friend is applying for the job that I really need. Miss Manners, I say it's tacky for my husband to make out with this woman in public. Dear Abby, despite all I've done, no man has asked me to marry him. Jed Lowry stays hot as Oakland A's earn walk-off win over Indians. Yastrzemski blasts 2 homers, Crawford leaves with injury in SF Giants win. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Education Sec, Cardone retreats from making critical race theory part of new school grants. Judge rules DACA was enacted illegally. Immigrant groups accuse Biden administration of sending newborns, migrant mothers back to Mexico. California man accused of plotting to blow up Democratic headquarters in Sacramento. Get back to work, Republican ad targets wayward Texas Democrats. Chinese national gets 3.1/2 years in jail for scheme to buy U.S. commando craft. San Francisco Bay Area urges residents to wear masks indoors. CDC and Texas officials confirm case of human monkeypox in a U.S. resident. The next headlines are from The Intercept. At least 7 Colombians in Haiti assassination received U.S. training. Oil and gas air funding super PAC attacking Nina Turner. Ron Wyden throws wrench in Medicare expansion plans by wresting control of process. Antitrust makes a comeback. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, July 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. New long-term satellite analysis shows plum rainy season wetter now than ever before. Exploring gap between excess mortality, COVID-19 deaths in 67 countries. Using migration data to fine-tune marketing strategies to rural Indian communities. Watching the ultra-fast dance moves of a laser plasma. Neuroevolutionary robotics, a gap between simulation and reality. Ludwig cancer research study reveals even transient chromosomal errors can initiate cancer. Non-invasive, label-free optical method visualizes deep, cellular brain disease in vivo. Cellular push and pull, a key to the body's response to processes such as cancer. SUV39H2, a direct genetic link to autism spectrum disorders. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. For Jimbo Covert, long Hall of Fame wait makes it that much sweeter. 25-year-old man critically hurt in loop shooting. Parents and activists warned for years about the violence that would erupt after school closings. Man fatally shot during argument in East Garfield Park, police. 1 killed, 3 wounded in Austin shooting. Horoscope for Saturday, July 17, 2021. Kyle Hendricks ties MLB lead with 12th win of the season in Cubs 5-1 win over D-backs. Man shot during attempted robbery in Austin. Astros have another easy time with White Sox. Man fatally shot in West Pullman drive-by, police. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Punjab Kong crisis, Sidhu reaches out to ministers, MLAs, Rawat meets Amrinder. India's white ball rookies start SL audition for T20 WC slots. Ola records 1 lakh bookings for Escooter in 24 hours. Bhushan Kumar case, FIR filed against local political leader. How to manage complex passwords easily and securely. COVID-19, 10 health gadgets to keep at home. Pawar meets PM Modi ahead of monsoon session. Navratna, meet India's 9 boxing stars for Tokyo 2020. IAF begins trial 2 land fighter planes on national highways. Bolero Neo review, deceptive looks but solid performer. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, July 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Kakalandia sale tickets available now for the return of the October event. Irresistible Rock, Igor and Barrett Elvis's return to Houston. Openings and closings, Raike Na debuts, Concur and Shoot the Moon open soon. Day 5 in exile, felon hires a jet to haul AWOL Dems back from DC but has no takers. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, St. Arnold pub crawls are back. Reviews for The Easily Distracted, Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain. Lauren Lakey sculpts a music career. The next headlines are about world records making news. After world record, Warholm eyes final jewel in crown, Supersport. Athletics after world record, Warholm eyes final jewel in crown, Reuters. Ireland vs South Africa, Simi Singh scripts world record, becomes first player to score OD ton at number 8, News 18. Indonesia COVID-19 case tops world record, Tempo Co-English. Packers veteran breaks world record in viral video, watch, heavy.com. World record holders choose La Crosse Regional Airport and Colgan Air Services for big event, Fox 25/48, wiproud.com. Olympic Central, Vols in Tokyo, University of Tennessee Athletics. Summer Olympics 2021, Rowdy Gaines, The Washington Post. A black, female engineer holds 2 world record titles for her vintage gaming collection, Black Enterprise. Super Mario Bros. Speedrunner breaks blindfolded world record, Game Rant. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Feds, California men discuss terrorist attacks on Twitter and Facebook, other targets. Olds, now you can look up youth in the dictionary instead of asking the youth. Walking Dead lawsuit ends in $200 million settlement. Schmigadoon is a musical reality that wants to trap you. Journal retracts flawed study that claimed to show face masks harm kids. Galactus hungers for your wallet, and more giant-sized toys of the week. This Wi-Fi-enabled space toilet for cats turned me into a kitty garbage man, as God intended. 13 things M. Night Shyamalan's movies are afraid of. GOP Cyber Committee member dumped Microsoft doc not long before the Pentagon nixed Jedi deal. Loki Season 2 won't feature Season 1 director Kate Herron. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Samoa in Iraq at 121.1 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Finger wrap could one day let you power up wearables while you sleep. Apple Watch lead Kevin Lynch shifts focus to car development. Disable the Windows print spooler to prevent hacks, Microsoft tells customers. An Alabama lawmaker just wants NASA to fly SLS, doesn't care about payloads. Expert panel says new $56K Alzheimer's drug is unproven, and worth $8,400 max. HTML holes provide a glimpse of Steam Deck's initial pre-order numbers. California's ambitious fiber internet plan approved unanimously by legislature. Here's the new car Formula One hopes will improve racing in 2022. Counterfeiters are hungry for a piece of Apple's $16 billion AirPod market. Delta stole its pilot's messaging app, should pay $1 billion, lawsuit alleges. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Revealed, unindicted co-conspirator in pivotal Proud Boys case is former VP of the Philly chapter, and maybe an FBI informant. The investigative reporting behind America's obsession with Britney Spears' conservatorship. We were just there to overthrow the government, report shines light on Trump's most hardcore allegors. Millionaire tax cheats have run wild in the last 7 years, but there's something Biden's Department of Justice can do to stop it. Republicans are caught flat-footed as Biden makes inroads to the heart of Trumpism's appeal. Ken Burns warns of the most fraught time in America's history. Bill O'Reilly threatens to sue over report that his tour with Trump isn't selling out. Trump lashes out at Fox News after investigation debunks his allegations of fraud in Arizona. Conservatives freak out after Biden says Facebook is killing people with vaccine misinformation. Giuliani and Trump facing criminal investigation in Arizona for effort to overturn the election, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. We can finally see how Tahiti's tiny tree snails evade fierce predators. 2 men were just charged with planning to bomb a Democratic Party building to avenge Trump. For minimum wage workers, rent is now unaffordable in every county in America. One culprit in the horrific death toll from Europe's flooding, climate change. A severe drought is threatening the Hoover Dam reservoir, and water throughout the West. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. New approach could boost the search for life in otherworldly oceans, Scientific American. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Central amygdala microcircuits play active role in regulation of fear responses, newsmedical.net. New study shows 1 dose of psilocybin spurs growth of neural connections, intelligent living. 5 unique ways to keep your memory sharp at any age, Legal Reader. How microcircuits in the brain regulate fear, Newswise. Analog memoristive synapse based on topotactic phase transition for high-performance neuromorphic computing and neural network pruning, Science Advances. CHI inhibits hippocampal neuronal apoptosis via Pi3KAKTNDT, Dove Medical Press. More studies endorse healing with arts, music, dance, Guardian. Aptinix Incorporated, APTX, gains 0.75% for July 15. Equities.com. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, July 17th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Robert Hastings to appear on Coast to Coast AM with George Knapp. Details of unreleased or classified version of Pentagon's UAP UFO report acquired by the Black Vault. Wu Abel in the moon's orbit may lead to record flooding on Earth. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, July 17th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.